Hello, 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 and welcome to the Queens of the DMV, Real Talk and Real Estate. I'm your co-host, Cher Castillo. This is Arial Pegues and Arnita Greene. We will be hosting the Queens of the DMV. We're so excited to be here today. We would love for you to follow us at IG, at Queens of DMV, and our personal handlers. Mine is Cher Castillo.
Mine is at My Brilliant Agent on Instagram.
And Arnita's is Arnita Greene Realtor.
Awesome. So today we are going to be discussing a little bit about our backgrounds and how we all came together to be the Queens of the DMV. So I will start with a little introduction into how I got started into real estate. I started in real estate at the age of 22 when I purchased my first house in DC. It was a super exciting experience for me, and it was a super competitive market at the time. I wrote 15 offers before I got my first property, and I just fell in love with the entire process. Since then, it's been 17 years since I've been a licensed agent and broker. And I also flip properties as well. And it's just been a long and amazing journey. I met these two lovely ladies along the course of the way, and they are both amazing realtors in the DMV. We're all licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Ariel, I'll let you take over and share a little bit about yourself.
Well, I too came into the real estate business at the age of 23. It was right after I graduated from the illustrious Virginia State University. I majored in marketing, and from there, I worked at a couple of corporate locations, and then I kind of just slid into real estate by accident. I had this horrible rental property, and I just needed to really understand the rules and regulations. And I ended up taking some courses, and my mom was just like, go ahead and get your real estate license. You've taken all the courses. So from there at 23, I took the test, passed, and I jumped into real estate. I didn't become full-time until maybe 5 years later. I was laid off from my job. I had a newborn baby, and it kind of just catapulted me into the business in such a way where I had to really just find my niche and grow from there. Just last year, I launched my team. It's a team of 3 young ladies who are also, building their business in this real estate industry. I'm excited about it. I've been on the top 10 in my company for the last 10 years, and I've also am the youngest and only Black female on the top producing list of my company. So I'm super excited. I really love this business. This is my passion. And it's a beautiful thing when you find your passion. I really love real estate, and I love working with you ladies.
Yes. Arnita.
Hi, everybody. So I joined in real estate in 2006, and my family friend was our agent, and I loved everything that she was doing. So I said, you know what? I told my husband, I'm going to go ahead and get my license, and I went. That's exactly what I did, and jumped right in. I was not full time at first. I was a dual career agent for about 9 years. And then I decided, okay, I'm showing houses while I'm on lunch break. I'm showing houses. It was a perfect situation. My job wasn't as busy. I was in the government, but I was a contractor in the government. So I was just like, you know what, it's time to, do real estate full time. But my husband was like, Nope, no, you're not going to do real estate full time. How much money do you have saved in the bank? He's the saver, everybody.
Aren't they always the saver?
Yes. So I said, okay, well, how much do you want me to save? He said, save $40K and I'll let you quit your job. I was like, okay, all right, okay, I got it. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna save 40K. I did it, y'all. I saved 40K. And he was like, okay, you ready to quit your job? I was like, no. So scared to give them my resignation letter, but I did it. As soon as I saved, I, talked myself through it, and I haven't looked back since. It has definitely been some ups and downs, but I absolutely love what I do. And I love working with Arial and Cher, meeting you all throughout the years have been very pivotal in my career. I definitely call you both and ask you questions about different things, different scenarios that we might have going on.
Yeah.
And, you're a big inspiration to me.
Aww.
Oh, you too.
Feel the love.
I'll just slide in for a second, and you are serving in this hat. Sunday's best.
We love it.
So let's
I love the hat. Yes.
I'm giving limizzine driver in this hat. Let's start there. You know what? I'm giving fierce limousine driver.
Yes. Janet Jackson.
Yes.
I can't wait until we can all be together and do this in one room. It's going to be so fun.
I know, definitely. I'm really excited to be working with you both. This is going to be so much fun, everybody.
Yes. So why don't we all share a little bit about the personal side, not just the business side, so the audience can really get to know us as well. So I'll start. Okay. I have 2 sons. They're 11 and 3. I had a surprise 40th birthday baby. So wasn't expecting that during the journey, but total blessing. I have a fiance that hopefully we're getting married finally this year. We had the longest engagement of life. And I have lived in the DC area for 22 years now. I moved here right out of undergrad, went to University of Florida, go Gators, since we're plugging and repping the schools. And just totally fell in love with DC. So DC is home to me now, even though hometown is Miami, Florida. And before that, born in Nicaragua, but really raised in Miami and spent the last 22 years here. So I'm a faux Washingtonian. Ariel?
So I am married 10 years. I have 2 kids, an 18-year-old and a 10-year-old. Don't think I'll be starting over anytime soon, but we'll see. I graduated again from the illustrious Virginia State University. It's a HBCU where I played NCAA tennis and volleyball. I was on scholarship. What else can I tell you guys? I'm known on Instagram as My Brilliant Agent. One of my clients basically named me that because I brilliantly figured out an issue that she was having, and we were able to settle and go to closing. And this is something that she had been working on for a few years. So I took that name, started it on Instagram, and ran with it.
I like that.
Yeah. I have a dog. His name is Gilbert. I've had him for 13 years. He's a Bichon Frise. I'm not sure if you know what those dogs look like, but they look like big cotton balls. Mm-hmm. I'm also the owner of 3 pit bulls.
Oh, wow.
Shelby, Tyson, and Queenie.
We didn't know you had 3 pit bulls.
Yes, by accident. I'll tell y'all that story later. I've lived in Charles County all of my life. I was born and raised in Charles County. I went to school in Virginia, so I've been in the DMV for quite a while. My husband is from Southeast DC, so our roots are here. This is where I was raised and where I do business, and this is my community.
Awesome.
Arnita, you're up.
So I am married of 18 years to my wonderful husband, Armand. I'm crazy about my husband.
Okay. We follow you on IG.
Y'all follow me on IG. Y'all know that. I have 2 wonderful children, 18, Aaron. Ahmad is 15. He's in his first year in high school. Whew. Okay. Well, I will say I'm kind of glad that he is doing online classes. I think that works for him this year. Stays out of trouble. We don't have no issues. He gets his work done. I'm loving homes. I think I might homeschool him forever. No way. My daughter graduated last year from high school. She's at Bowie State, and she's doing really good. She's telling me now that she's going to go away next year, and I'm loving it. So I'm hoping COVID goes away so she can, really go. That's what she wanted to do in the beginning, but we kept her here because of COVID. So I'm really praying that she'll be able to go away next year. Next year. I live in the Waldorf area. I am grew up and raised in DC, Southeast DC, but I graduated from Suitland High School. Yes, Suitland.
Okay,
Yep, and I have a twin sister that is on my team now. I have a growing team that I don't know how it grew so fast, but wow, I have 5 agents in literally 1 month.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, what did I do? But I put it out there. I was really scared, and I put it out there to do that because I need to do something in my life this year that's going to really shock me and, take me out of my comfort zone. And it has already taken me out of my comfort zone. But that's literally, I love living out Waldorf. I know it's far, to a lot of people. I actually love living in Waldorf. And we do a lot in the city.
Hey, that's where I was born and raised. So there's nothing wrong with Waldorf. Okay?
A lot of people talk about it, but I love it. So yeah. So that's me. We'll get to know more about me later on.
Of course. So, one of the things that we want to talk about today too is what we love about real estate. And I'm going to let you guys start first. I'll go last this time.
Okay, so I'll start. I'd say what I love about real estate is meeting new people. So I'm the person that goes to all the parties. I'm meeting new people. I enjoy meeting new people. And that's what I love. I literally form relationships with all of my clients. My husband calls me crazy, but so that's another thing. We're total opposite. He's definitely to the left. I'm definitely to the right. So, I take so much joy in meeting new people and having them happy at the end of the transaction. And not only are they happy, but they keep in contact with me and they bring me more business. And that's how I know that I'm doing the right thing. So that's what I love about it.
Ariel, what do you love?
I would say some of the things that you said, Arnita. The biggest part for me that I love is the relationship building of the career. Mm-hmm. I like to build relationships with not only my clients, but other agents. That's the best part of it. And I like to maintain those relationships. So a lot of my customers that I work with, they end up coming back to me or they end up referring me. Most of my business is referral, just because I've built this relationship with all of my customers over the years. I would also like to say freedom, but in a controlled way, because people have this misconception that we, have a lot of downtime or that we're, just chilling on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. The freedom that we're referring to is the freedom to run our own business and run it how we want to run it. It's not the freedom of having time off. Right. So, that there's a huge misconception with the word freedom. But just being in charge of your own business, you kind of dictate and call the shots. And that's what I really like about it. I like to be able to schedule things around my kids and things that they're doing. So, I would have to say relationships and freedom is what I love about it. And also helping people, obviously. There's this feeling I get after someone's satisfied or after they've closed on the house that they love, or after we've accomplished goals that they've set. So it's definitely those things wrapped up in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I think we all have that in common. Like, we are not transactional agents. We actually love what we do, and we get so involved with our clients, every step of the way because we love what we do. And I think for me, like, the thing that I really love about real estate, and I'm going to piggyback off of some of the stuff that you both said, is that it's it's so much more than just a deal to me. Like, I fell in love with it, and I fell in love with it because opening a door to me is like opening up a present. Like, you don't know what you're going to get when you open up a door. It could be beautiful. It could just have the potential to be beautiful. And then helping someone get to their dream at any price point, right? Like, whether it's your first house, because I remember being a first time home buyer and only being able to afford a $135,000 house in DC, if you can remember that. But, helping someone who's bought and sold 2 or 3 times and seeing their journey from a $200,000 house to $1 million house, like, it's amazing to me to see my clients go through that process. And I'm so excited to help them every step of the way. So the relationship aspect is so important. The knowledge of knowing what you're doing and being able to transcend that through the relationship. I mean, I feel like we're all just really blessed to do what we love to do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So since we're talking about the stuff that we like, what are some of the things that we dislike about our jobs or our careers?
Ariel, you going first?
I mean, I can go first. There's not much I dislike. I'd say the part most is just maybe having to readjust and rescale your business based on what's going on. So, I mean, like right now we're going through COVID. There has been a lot of changes that we have to make. We have to be very flexible. And sometimes that can be a challenge. I don't want to say I dislike it. It's more of a challenge. And we have to reorganize our business depending on what's going on. And that's one of the biggest challenges that I've seen kind of currently. I mean, you just have to be able to be ready to answer your phone when it's ringing. Sometimes those calls and text messages come in the middle of the night. So you just have to be able to balance. I think work balance for me is the thing that I also challenge with as well, just life and work balance. This stuff can all run together at any given time.
What about you, Arnita?
Definitely for me, I would say it's not, and I won't say I dislike it, but it's still a challenge for me, is really time management. Managing and balance, but I mean, I think that's another conversation we're going to have to talk about later. How do we manage balance? That word can go out the daggone window. But, just trying to do that, wanting to spend more time with your family, and knowing that, this person want to see these how many homes, and am I willing to say, no, let me not show that today. I'm still working on that, y'all. I'm not there yet. And picking a day off, I have not managed that yet. So I think that is it's something that for 21, I really want to work on, having a specific day off, because 7 days a week. And I mean,
holidays, we work holidays too.
Holidays.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not like I dislike it, but it's a challenge for me that I really want to work on for 21.
Yeah, and I'll agree with both you ladies. I think that's always a challenge in this field because you do have a lot of freedom. I think one of the things that I dislike about real estate is like the cowgirl nature of it all. It's kind of like a free for all, which is very different than corporate America, where everything is very structured and you know exactly what you're going to do, and you're going to go to work 9 to 5, and it's all going to be in that small window of time. But for us, we are texting, emailing, ratifying contracts at 1 a.m. in the morning, waking up and to multiple texts, and And then it's still a lot of times it's still not enough time. So how do you do that while being a mom, a wife, a fiance, a daughter? I mean, all of those things, still make time for your friends, like, and then still have time for yourself to rejuvenate.
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfect intro into our first show topic after these introductions, but it's managing work-life balance as an agent, as a person, as a woman. And I'd really like to delve deeper into that and discuss just like how we move forward effectively and grow our businesses while still managing our lives, our personal lives.
Right. Love it.
Definitely. Yeah. So for me, it's like I think like one thing that I always do, and I don't have a set day of the week, which I would really love to do in 2021, is like actually set aside a day where I don't look at my phone. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm going to try to do it. I have hired an assistant. So
good luck. Let me know how that goes.
Hopefully I get to like Sunday. If I don't have an open house, perhaps I can chill and not look at my phone, and my kids won't be giving me side eye, because they do. They're like, "Oh, mommy, you're on your phone again." And I get that. So harder when you have the little ones. I guess when they get a little bit older, it's a little easier. But I mean, I guess they'll still complain anyway either. But I want to do that not just for myself, but for my family. So I know that I have that designated time to spend that one-on-one, and not text and not feel obligated to respond back immediately, because that's just how I'm built. Like, somebody sends me a text, I can't look at the text and then not respond. I'm like, oh babe,
forget about it.
So I mean, that's going to be a challenge for me as I move forward, but I'm challenging myself with that, like actually setting aside designated time. But one thing that I do very well, and I don't know if you both do this, but I set aside at least an hour to 2 hours a week to just do me. I mean, whether it's a actual massage or it's getting my nails done or whatever it is, I do set aside that time, because I know that you have to rejuvenate. And if you don't rejuvenate, you won't be able to serve your clients or your family the way that you need to.
Right. I'm definitely working on that. Just setting aside a designated time for myself, because you run around and you do for everyone else, and then you kind of, fall behind on stuff that you need individually for yourself. So I'm definitely focusing on that. Work-life balance is something that I'm trying to really focus on this year.
I agree.
So what are some things that you've been doing, Ariel, to like really push yourself in that regard? Like, have you set aside time? Have you decided what things rejuvenate you?
Absolutely. So I've gotten this push from the both of you, and I really love it. And it's working out. I've been an athlete all my life, but over time, working out and going to the gym or having some, sweat time has really fallen by the wayside for me. And I'm like, COVID 30 is sneaking up on me. And
it went from COVID 15 to COVID 30.
Right. Fast. All the cakes and wine and stuff, but I've gotten some real motivation from the both of you. Arnita, I watch her ride her Peloton bike. Cher, you have your 100 days of fitness that you're doing. You guys really just push me to get back into the gym and really work on myself. To be honest, the gym is a super stress reliever for me. So I just take an hour before work, usually between the hours of 6 and 7, no later than 8 o'clock in the morning. And I, just do an hour of workout to kind of release any stress or, to ease my mind or anything that I'm thinking about at the time. I can kind of just get away from that and do a little fitness. So I want to thank you two for getting me back into, moving around at least.
Well, I don't know how helpful I've been, but so what do you do, Ariel, when your phone is going off and you're working out? Do you leave your phone outside of the gym with you or away from your Peloton or whatever you're doing?
I wish somebody would call me at 6 a.m. But it's on
Oh,
Do Not Disturb.
yeah.
Disturb. And my assistant doesn't come in until 8. So no one should contact me between 6 and 8. It's kind of like the quiet hours for me.
Okay, yeah, because you're getting it done in the morning. I wish I could do that. I'm definitely a later in the day workouter, and my phone is always on.
I have to get it over with because I get lazier as the day goes on.
Exactly. If I have to do it in the evening, I probably won't, or I'll wait till like 11 o'clock to do it. But I mean, I've done workout in the evening. It's just I have to push myself in the morning before 6, 5:30, 6:30. That is the best time to do your workout.
Yeah.
If you go to bed at a reasonable time, unlike me.
I have to go to bed at 2 a.m.
I wake up at 5?
And I woke up got on the treadmill at 6:30. I cannot. I could get up early.
Right. So Do Not Disturb for me when I'm trying to block out time for myself, for sure.
Yeah.
So what advice would you guys give to other women, men that are very strong in their careers and they're just really trying to find ways to block off the time, and they can't do that in the morning at 6 to 8 because they may have to get up and get their kids ready for bed? Like, what guidance would you give them in terms of setting aside that time?
It's funny. So I just posted something on someone's page, and they told me, they said, you are amazing in your business, and you go hard in your business. Why don't you go hard for your health? And it made me, that was a like aha moment, and I was like, and honestly, to be transparent, I feel like this is me every year, and not doing this constantly every single day. It's a lifestyle. It's definitely a lifestyle. And so I'm number one in my business, but in my health,
girl,
50.
Yeah. I've been sick like every 2 years, and I'm just like, I need to stop this.
Yeah. And that's
you cannot pour or serve from an empty vessel. You have to make sure that you're, refueling. I used to be this big campaigner for, the grind is all day, 24/7. No, it is not.
No. It's not. Also making time. I fell back with even making time for my doctor's appointments.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, why is that? Why is my work coming before me making an appointment for the gynecology and an internal doctor? So we have to stop doing that. And this year, sad to say, good thing. It's a good thing that I'm doing it. But in previous years, I wouldn't go to the doctor because I'm working all the time. That's not good. That's not good.
Right.
Yeah. One thing that has really helped me, and it's so minor, but I don't know why it helps me so much, is even if I put a workout on my calendar, I then feel like obligated to do it just because I got an alert and it popped up, versus me just saying it out loud and being like, oh, okay, I know I have to work out this afternoon. But when it pops up on my calendar, it makes me feel more obligated. And then also like the accountability piece too. So when I started Operation Sexy Body,
that's what it is.
I was like, I wasn't really doing that for everyone else, by the way. I was doing it for me because I wanted to hold myself accountable. And I knew if I started posting and tagging, my friends, acquaintances, clients on it, and then I wouldn't, if I didn't show up and tag the next day or the day after, I would feel some kind of way like, oh, I've disappointed my community, So that's really held me accountable and made me wake up on days, that I didn't want to work out or come home from a long day. And then my fiance, Darren, would be like, don't let down your community.
Right.
So then I would feel like extra bad, and then I would just go work out and get it out of the way. So I think the accountability piece is really key. And, even like little things like putting it on your calendar could really help, keep you in line, so to speak.
Definitely. I love that. I'll
Yeah.
try that, Cher. I don't know if that's going to work, but I will try that.
So, ladies, as we wrap up today, I'd like us to just talk a little bit about why we decided to do this podcast and what the audience has to look forward to in future episodes.
You can start, Cher.
No, I can start. Well, for me, I thought, when I think of women in real estate and women of color in real estate, I think of you two. And you have been inspirational on social media, just watching both of you grow your business as young women of color. And you don't get to see that all the time, like the number of followers you have, the number of closings you have, and then just being able to just piggyback off of our experiences together and share that with the world seems like a no-brainer. It's a magical experience to sit down, and even when we were recording the intro to this, which the audience will see, but just spending time with you guys, vibing with you, and learning more about you on the personal side, not just the professional side, and looking forward to sharing that with the world. So they get a closer look into not just real estate, but the real side of real estate and what happens behind the scenes. Because as Ariel said earlier, it's not just about the transaction or just what we're doing on a daily basis, but we have lives too. And our clients, our friends, our family, they should know about our lives, and they should know how we can help them with the experiences that we have, and how they help us daily, growing our business, believing in us, supporting us. So I really feel like this is a platform of sharing and growing, and I look forward to doing that with both of you.
Yes.
What she said. Yeah, honestly, everything you said, Cher, it was right on. We definitely just want to, we've talked, we've had lunch, and when we even discuss the different things that we have going on in our lives, whether it's personal or business, why not share it with everybody else, to see, a lot of people have the same issues that we have. They just don't talk about it. Or guess what? They don't have another person to talk to about it.
Yep.
So being on this platform with us three, I've gotten a lot out of you two. So I know people will, love to hear what you say and can definitely resonate, with them as the same.
Right.
What about you, Ariel?
I would say that we are three fierce ladies who are leaders in this industry. I think we have a lot to share with our viewers and our audience that are interested maybe in what we do on a day-to-day basis, because it's not Hollywood by any means, but just because we have a lot to offer when it comes to experience. All three of us add up to about 45 years of experience in this industry, and that's valuable.
Yeah.
I just think we have a lot to offer, and this platform will give us an opportunity to add something to someone's life, as we do on a daily basis with our career, but through this platform. And now we can touch people from different states, different backgrounds, different locations. And I'm really excited about being able to do that with you two.
Definitely.
Well, we're excited as well.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I think this concludes the very first episode of Queens of the DMV, Real Talk in Real Estate. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in today, and signing off. I'm Cher Castillo.
And I am Arial Pegues.
And I am Arnita Greene.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
See ya.